And welcome back on the WCC this week. They're hoisting the trophy here at Gonzaga for the 16th time in the program's history as the West Coast Conference champions. The Gonzaga Bulldogs, after an 81-52 victory over the Portland Pilots here this afternoon in Spokane. And the next thing that Gonzaga will wait for is the decision of the voters in the Associated Press and the coaches poll as well, to see if they agree that Gonzaga is the #1 team in the nation. Regular season champs for 2012 and 2013. And they sent their seniors out on a rather happy note, a winning note, as Elias Harris addressing the crowd here.
I also want to thank my family, not only my dad who's here, but also my extended families in Germany, and obviously the Spokane community, my coaches, the staff, and especially my teammates. I mean, they've been there for me. I mean, it's been a tremendous ride, and I love all you guys. So. And let's go down to Vegas and kick some you know what. Let's go. It
has become a tradition here at Gonzaga to allow the seniors to address the crowd after the game. And now with the Hart cymbals, Mike Hart.
5 years ago at Midnight Madness, I was sitting up there in that corner watching these guys play and dreaming that I would be down here someday. And to be here now, it's unbelievable. And to have all you guys' support through my 5 years, it's been unbelievable. Student sections, fans over here, Spokane community, everybody, it's been awesome. My mom, my dad, my brother, my extended family, friends out here, everyone, thank you for all your support. Been through everything with me and really supported me through everything. And I can't thank you enough, especially you, family. Mom. Whoa. And like Coach Pugh said, and like Elias said, I hope you guys can come to Vegas. I hope you can go wherever we go in the tournament, because it would be nice to have a home court advantage wherever we went. Thank you.
Well, you wouldn't know it, but again, Mike Hart took exactly one shot in this game here tonight, and it was a three-pointer that he hit.
Woo!
Finished with 3 points. Guy Landry Eddy, the final senior.
Kenna Club, I love y'all. I mean, those two guys said it all already, man. You guys been unbelievable all year long. The fans, the students, my coaches, my teammates, my family flew all the way from LA to come here. Bill Hankins, Matthew. I love y'all. Thanks for coming. You know, my coaches and my teammates been through there for me in the hard and good and hard time. They never give up on me, and I would never give up on that team. We've been so close. That's why we're having this great year, and we all gonna remember this year. So I want to thank you all, you guys, again. Spokane community, the whole school, my coaches, teammates, and everybody. And this is the best choice I made to come to Gonzaga, and I love it. And I'm proud of it. Thank you.
Well, a team favorite, Guy Landry Eddy, as we mentioned during our broadcast. Eddy made 15 starts for this team a year ago. And Mark Few, you know, to his credit, will put the best team he can out on the floor. And Eddy didn't factor into that, and that saw his playing time decrease. So Guy Landry Eddy was the first to be honored by the crowd here before the ballgame today on Senior Day. His guardian and Mike Hart came down the steps of the McCarthy Athletic Center stands, and Elias Harris was the last man to be introduced to the crowd here, and along with their senior manager, were all hailed by the crowd, and they each got their own little swan song. Mike Hart to the Cascades of Those little heart signs. Guy Landrietti also getting some well-deserved round of applause. And Elias Harris earlier in the game as well. And now they're celebrating the West Coast Conference Championship here in the regular season in 2012-2013 as they go 16-0 and tie a school record with their 29th victory of the season against just 2 losses. And strangely enough, those 2 losses came to ranked opponents. One here on the home floor, which is crazy to think about enough. To then number 13, Illinois. That took place much earlier in the season, and then they lost at number 13, Butler, on a buzzer beater. And those are the only 2 times that Gonzaga has lost a ball game this season. And, you know, the way they play, it's the other teams around the country would be hard-pressed to try to figure out how to beat them. The man that drew it all up, the architect, if you will, Mark Few, is with Coach Brad Holland.
Wow, what a scene here. Sent off the seniors right.
Yeah, that's how we like to do it up here. We've got a lot of special groups up here, but I tell you, those 3 are something because they brought something a little bit different, a little different story from Harris, who will go down to one of the all-time greats to ever play up here, to Mike Hart, who started in the student section his first year here, to Guy Landry, who not everything's went great for him, but he's remained an unbelievable teammate through this whole year.
Well, Coach, you've had such great success here, 14 straight NCAA tournaments, but what would it mean? Talk a little bit about being possibly #1 ranked team in the nation.
Well, we were talking earlier about that. I mean, you know, it's a big deal up here. I mean, it's not something that's ever happened here. We don't have any control over it, and all we can control is how hard we play and how smart we play. But, you know, we've accomplished a lot up here, and that's something that we haven't been able to cross off the list yet. So it'd be nice.
It'd be nice, but maybe more importantly, maybe a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we've been striving for that all year, but again, that's out of our control too. So we know we're going to be a high seed. We're going to be excited to play in the tournament wherever they send us and whatever seed they give us. But I also want everybody to understand we've had a heck of a lot of fun this year up to this point. So it's not just all about the tourney and all that. Now we're going to try to, you know, take it all the way to Atlanta, obviously, but it's been a heck of a good ride here for 4 months.
Well, all the best in the conference tournament and the NC2A tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it. All right, Andy, back to you.
All right, Coach Holland, Coach Few, thank you very much. A very happy guy, and for good reason. I mean, his team is celebrating its 16th West Coast Conference Championship. They're going to cut down the nets here at Spokane here in just a moment. They've gotten kind of used to that, and maybe, who knows, by Monday will be the #1 team in the country. Coach Brad Holland now has Elias Harris.
Well, senior, you sent it off right. Talk about the emotion that you're experiencing right now.
It's so hard to describe. I mean, this place means the world to me. You know, I've been here 4 years now. I met great friends, family. I love all of them. They love me. I mean, it can't get better than that. It really can't.
Now, you've had some wonderful moments in your career here, but does one stand out more than another? Maybe yet to come?
I think the best moment is right behind me, you know, cutting down the nets. It's the best moment right there. Winning a championship, knowing that all the hard work you put in finally pays off, and I think those are the moments that I will never forget.
Well, you thought about probably a #1 ranking. Do you and your teammates talk about that and how cool that would be?
I don't think about it, and I don't talk about that. That's all you guys right there.
Well, we'll keep talking about it. All the best in both tournaments, the conference and the NC2A.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Got it, Elias. Andy, here you go.
All right, Coach Holland, thank you, Elias Harris, who, by the way, now is 11 points away from being the #4 scorer in Gonzaga school history. I mean, he should get that in his first West Coast Conference tournament basketball game. He also moved into 9th place on the Gonzaga all-time steals list. So a nice game and a nice career here for Elias Harris, who's getting set to cut down the nets. The other guy who is a star for this basketball team and is only a junior, will he come back or will he not? I'm just not thinking about that right now, but Kelly Olynyk is standing by with Coach Brad Holland.
Yeah, I got the big fella here, and Kelly, this is such a cool scene right now. Talk about sending off the seniors in the right way.
It's unreal. I mean, the seniors have been huge. Elias is doing it for 4 years. Mike, last 3 years has been unreal for us. Real glue guys, especially Guy as well, has been here a couple years. I mean, it's a great way to send them off, man. Going undefeated in conference, bringing it home, and having this happen here, a solid win against a good team is nothing better.
Is this team as put together as it seems emotionally? You guys seem super connected. Great chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the chemistry is unreal on this team. Emotionally, we all love each other on and off the court. It's been an unreal year in that sense. I mean, we all have each other's back. We believe in each other, and we want each other to succeed just as much as we want ourselves to succeed.
Well, individually, you've had quite a junior year yourself, huh?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's been all right. But, I mean, the team's overshadowing me, so that's the way I'd like it to be.
Well, good luck in the next step in the conference tournament.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You got it, Kelly. All right, Andy, back to you.
All right, Coach Holland and Kelly Olynyk, thank you very much as well. Kelly Olynyk, by the way, over his last 5 games, shooting 80% from the field. Talk about the chances that he gets on the inside with some point-blank shots, and he has certainly made all those baskets count. As Gonzaga goes on to a blowout victory here today over Portland and run the table at 16-0 in the West Coast Conference, cutting down the nets as they get their 29th win of the year. That equals the school record for most wins in a regular season. Mike Hart, the other senior, one of the other seniors, the glue guy, is standing by with Coach Brad Holland.
Yeah, I got the guy that plays with all heart. Mike, great job. Talk about your emotion right now, this being your last game here as a senior.
It's pretty unbelievable right now. I mean, to be where we are in our position right now, to win the conference undefeated, and to do it with these guys is unbelievable. And I mean, I can't say enough about my teammates and my coaches, and you know what a great ride we've had this year so far.
I thought it was really neat when you said, "Hey, I started right up there in the 25th row, and as a walk-on, and what a career you've had."
I did. I mean, Midnight Madness. I was up there. I was in this student section cheering them on, and to be down on the floor now as a senior after 5 years, it's a journey and a ride that I would never take back.
All right, well, good job, Mike, and all the best in the next 2 tournaments, right? Conference and NCAA.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Andy, take it away.
All right, Coach Holland, thanks. Thanks to Mike Hart as well. That kind of goes to show you what some hard work around a basketball floor will do for you. We will be coming back in just a moment with more on the WCC this week from Spokane. (81-52) the final on our WCC game of the week as the Bulldogs take home the title once again as they hoist that trophy high to the rafters here at the McCarthy Athletic Center in Spokane, Washington, much to the delight of Mark Few and much to the delight of the fans that have gathered here today as well, and have gathered here all the time to root on this Gonzaga Bulldogs basketball team. We continue on the WCC this week here from Spokane as Elias Harris also celebrating with that net around his neck. A player dreams of those kind of situations where they can climb up on that ladder, take the little scissors out, cut down the net, and put it around their necks.
Yeah, his finest moment is the Zag might be ahead of him of what they do in both tournaments, but he said this will be it for now, putting that net around his neck.
You know, I get the sense, too, from your interviews out there on the floor that we've been talking about the chemistry of this team during the broadcast, but when guys put it into words, it's magic. It's kind of cool to hear.
No, it truly is, and it's from the heart, and it's very sincere, and I'm really impressed, and I'm not easily impressed. I mean, this team is a real team. They just play so hard and so well together. So great recruiting, great coaching, and great home court advantage.
And a 16-0 mark now for Gonzaga as we take a look at the updated standings after the games today. Gonzaga number 1 at 16-0. St. Mary's at 13-2. BYU will finish third at 9-6. Santa Clara at 9-6 as well. They're the number 4 seed. San Francisco and San Diego tie at 7-9, but San Francisco gets the tiebreaker to get the 5 seed. Pepperdine finishing in the 7th spot. Portland 8th and Loyola Marymount 9th. This is how the conference tournament will look. Gonzaga number 1. St. Mary's number 2. BYU gets the single bye as the number 3 seed. So does Santa Clara as the 4. San Diego will play Pepperdine. San Francisco will take on the winner of the first round game between Portland and Loyola Marymount. And at the surface, I mean, you would think as you move forward during this tournament that the number 1 and the number 2 seed are going to have something to say about it in the end.
Well, in the way the format is in this tournament, you get a double bye if you're 1 or 2. So that leads itself to having a great chance to win the whole thing and be the automatic bid in the NCAA tournament. So being 1 or 2 in the West Coast Conference right now is huge. Although Jamie talked about, the commissioner, he talked about how there'll be a different format next year with having 10 teams.
Right. And Gonzaga, you talk about the importance of being the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Also, if you're the number 1 team in the country, you might get preferential treatment as far as being in the West.
Well, no doubt. But the percentages of being a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament is huge toward getting to the Final Four. So, your path is going to be easier percentage-wise if you can get that number 1 seed.
All right, we'll have more coming up on this week in the WCC. Our studio will take over for a few moments, and then we'll rejoin you here in Spokane. Gonzaga wins it and cuts down the net, celebrating the West Coast Conference Championship.
First time this season, St. Mary's senior guard Matthew Dellavedova is the West Coast Conference Player of the Week. The reigning WCC Player of the Year averaged over 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, and leading the Gales to 2 key wins over BYU and Creighton this past weekend. During those 2 wins, Dellavedova played 79 of the possible 80 minutes. And with that, let me welcome you into our Los Angeles studios. I'm Chris McGee. Joining me, as always, the coach Dave Miller, and we have a lot to break down in the WCC. But first, Elias Harris arrived at Spokane, Washington as a college freshman, having lived his entire life in Germany. But he has found a home at Gonzaga University, and a strong senior year campaign has Harris hoping that the next step to his basketball journey is the NBA. Let's meet Elias Harris.
Hallo, ich bin Elias Harris. Ich gehe zu Gonzaga University, bin Power Forward und komme aus Speyer, Deutschland. I'm Elias Harris. I go to Gonzaga University. I'm a Power Forward from Speyer, Germany.
Here's Harris going up for a two-handed dunk. Elias Harris explosive on the offensive end.
I got started in basketball through my parents. I mean, my mom used to play, my dad used to play. And at first I refused it because I wanted to play soccer like everybody else. But I kind of was always taller than everybody else, and I kind of realized that's not really going to work out for me. So my mom just, put me into basketball together with my dad, and ever since I just loved it.
Harris in a pick and roll. Elias drive, shot up, count it, and a foul on Santa Clara.
I'll choose Gonzaga because I like the way the community is out there. Obviously, the winning record they have going on, the NCAA appearances, how many trips they made it to the tournament, and just that the family feeling that I had there.
Elias was kind of quiet at first, and when I first got to know him, he didn't say much, but then when he came to Gonzaga, he opened up and we got to see the real Elias.
I came to the United States for my freshman year of college. Before that, it was all Germany. The hardest thing for me coming to the States, I think, was the language barrier at first. I understood everything when I got here, but the speaking part was a little slow.
Here's Harris, and a chance for 3.
I see myself as the motor of the team, I feel like when I go hard and fly around and make plays that I can actually take my team on my shoulders and just lift them up and everybody just follow my lead.
He's so powerful in the block, and he might not look explosive but then he'll just jump out the gym and dunk on somebody.
Let's go back to his freshman year. He had that breakout season playing alongside Matt Bolden. Probably had a chance to go to the NBA. He's a guy that loves college basketball.
I personally chose to stay at Gonzaga because I knew my game was not at the level that it's supposed to be if you want to play in the NBA. I knew that.
He wanted to be a good teammate and just be around the guys. The thing about Gonzaga is everybody wants to stay there. The friendships you build with the team, it's unreal.
I think over the last, 3 years, I developed my game. I think I got a more well-rounded player, a stronger player, more physical player, and I play smarter now.
Shot wouldn't go, but Elias Harris is there for the easy putbacks.
I'm trying to take the next step and make it to the NBA, and I know it's going to be a really hard step, but that's my number 1 goal, and I try to do that first. And if that doesn't work out for me, then obviously Europe is always an option. I mean, I'm European, so it's not going to be a disaster if I end up in Europe.
He's pretty serious off the court, but he's also a goof as well. He's a good guy, great guy, actually. Elias's accent is the best because I always make fun of it. I went to the store today and I got some milk and some cookies.
If 10 is the best, I would give it like a 5. He thinks it's tremendous and it's really, really good. And he kind of passed it off to David Stockton. I don't even think my accent is that bad anymore, but to those 2 guys, they think it's just the funniest thing in the world to make fun. But I take it, I take it as a joke. My favorite part of Gonzaga campus is probably the gym for me, to be honest. I mean, McCarthy Athletic Center is my favorite part. Then also our campus is beautiful. We've got a lot of old buildings, and just the way our campus is, I think it's really pretty.
The candles rocking. This place is going bananas.
They are a sixth man. I think without them, we wouldn't have such a successful season. I think at home they do such an outstanding, tremendous job just helping us and cheering us on and just, just lifting us when we need to, and it's unreal. Coach Hughes is a great mentor. I mean, he's the best coach I ever had in my life so far, and he really showed me how to play basketball and what it comes down to, and I'm really thankful for that. So much fun being with this team, and off the court and on the court. Obviously, success helps it be more fun, but the way things go right now and the fun that we have and the team chemistry we have, I think the sky's the limit. I don't know where we're gonna end up, but I hope as far as possible.